signals call. Through static skies they give their all. With hearts of gold and steady hands, the Porter King, their loyal band. Oh, the patrons keep the crown in place. Their faith, their power, their warm embrace. With every shout, with every cheer, they make the kingdom crystal clear. From dawn to dusk they pave the way, ensuring he can seize the day. Their gifts, their time, their steadfast care. The Porter King goes everywhere. Oh, the patrons keep the crown in place. Their faith, their power, their warm embrace. With every shout, with every cheer, they make the kingdom crystal clear. They're the signal in the night. Hail to the mighty Porter King. Through every contest, every try, they lift him up, they let him fly. Unseen warrior, strong and true, he stands tall because of you.
What is up, Ham Radio? Kilo Echo 8 Papa Zone November, the Ham Radio Adventure Guy. Thanks for stopping by, your one stop for everything Adventure Radio. It is Sunday, time for some shenanigans, a little bit of music, thanking the Patreons right off the bat, and a whole lot of fun. But we're still going to show your name, even though we thanked you with the song. Thank you guys, each and every one of you. You are absolutely awesome, and you guys kick absolute butt. Also, big shout out to the YouTube members, including that latest rover, Kilo 4 Lima, India, who just celebrated a birthday. So we got to tell him happy birthday all month long, because that's what we do. Ain't that right, Kilo 8 Golf? Go back. Happy birthday, Terry. And the ever-changing board, which has Kilo 8 Golf Go Back moving up with an off-stream donation. Kent Kilo 9er, Alpha Echo Echo also moving up with an off-stream donation. They're both in the top 3 now. Thank you guys very much for the off-stream donation. And what is up, Mr. Dan?
Man, it's another Sunday episode. What are we? 130 of Shenanigans.
30.
Yeah, buddy. We've been at this for, as I said, a hot minute. Hey, everybody in the chat. Kilo Echo 4 Eastern Standard Time and Kilo 4 Alpha. What's going on? Whiskey 1 to Whiskey Charlie. Brian says episode 130. That's right, buddy. We're here. Toby Alpha Delta 2 Charlie Delta. Hello. Kilo Oscar 4 Sierra X-Ray Hotel. How you doing, buddy? Chris, that's Alpha Echo 4 X-Ray Oscar. Georgia Parks and Propagation. Our buddy Ron Chris. How you doing, buddy? Chris Coble, 5'9", from East Tennessee. Whiskey 0 Charlie Golf Charlie. Good to have you in here, buddy. Kent Kilo 9 Alpha Echo Kilo Oscar 4 Foxtrot Sierra Zulu Antennas. What's up, buddy? Our buddy Ronnie's here. Kilo Oscar 4 Zulu. Romeo X-Ray. Mike 88KB. Howdy. North Carolina Turd Old Man Overload and 4TRD in the house. What's up? Martini. That's Whiskey Delta 4 Jumbo Marshmallow. Dad is here. Kilo Delta 9 Uniform Victor Kilo. Scott, N2TKT. Good evening, buddy. Kilo Oscar 4 Zulu India Kilo. Bob. Hello, hello. Kilo Oscar 4 Golf Bravo Bravo. Mo. What's happening, buddy? And that's right. Keep everybody in Texas in your prayers from all the flooding over there. And welcome. Kent says, awesome song. A lot of people said, nice intro. Mike 88KB. Appreciate that. And let's roll. Episode 130 of Shenanigans. James, how's your propagation been this week, buddy?
You know what? Here's the thing. There's this guy named Kilo 8 Golf Quebec. And he tries really hard, but he's not a good dancer.
He tried. Yeah, he tries.
He was trying to do a local propagation dance, and somehow he confused a few moves and did a destroy all propagation dance. It's horrible, man. It's just absolutely horrible. All weekend long, it's just been absolutely nothing. You can forget it unless you're going out for the late shift.
Oh, I killed it today. I absolutely killed it.
No, today. I know you did.
I hunted one photo park that had 3 operators, and then I called it quits. I said, this is ridiculous.
Except for late shift last night.
Except for late shift. I did. Yeah. I got a good bit on late shift, right? But when the sun goes down, man, the bands are great. But during the day, nope.
It makes it hard for me to produce content when my content is revolved around going out and doing stuff, and it does. It makes it really bad because you don't want to film something that you're going to get. See, there was one activation, including CW, that I think I got 19 contacts on today.
Okay, now, so I guess
before you even ask the question,
yeah.
Now again, I don't wait around. Yes, most people would just be like staying there forever. And I probably should have, because I traveled a good way for that. But I'm just too impatient. If you're not there, you're not there. So now go ahead and ask your question.
I guess the only way to solve this for you to get content is you're going to get one of those Jackery boxes that have AC outlets.
Mm-hmm.
Bring your studio lights to the park and film a late shift. That'd be great. Wouldn't everybody driving by? What the heck's going on over there? They got UFOs landed in West Virginia.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've been thinking about it a lot, and I got a special activation coming up fairly soon, and I think I'm going to live stream that activation for sure. But I've been trying to think of where I want to do it. It has to be a great looking park. I want it to look,
I got a suggestion. Jekyll Island.
No, it can't be Jekyll Island.
Damn.
Jekyll Island has removed itself because it is not a unique park. It has to be a unique park.
So. Something in Alaska would be nice.
Oh yeah, I bet it would. And I'm getting ready to see that Buy Me a Coffee just light up with hundreds and hundreds and thousands of dollars in super chat. Actually, go ahead and send them straight to PayPal since we're sending me to Alaska, because I'm going to need every cent of it.
That's right. Hello, Dom. Welcome, buddy. North Carolina for Extreme Lovers is here, and John K8 NIV.
I've been looking at a couple. I'm looking. Well, I mean, regardless, I'm looking about at least a 4 to 5 hour trip to get something unique anyway. So yeah. I've been looking at a couple that may make the cut, because it's going to be a special activation for sure.
You're going to have like hamburgers and hot dogs. And
I think that Kilo Oscar 4 November Lima should come and just make brisket while I'm activating.
That I agree with. That I can agree with.
I'm sure it's going to be a longer drive than 4 and 5 hours for him, but it's a special activation, Eddie. I think you should do it.
Yeah. So. I think we can convince them. Speaking of brisket, It's. I mean, I know I said it Wednesday. I'm gonna keep saying it. It's almost Huntsville.
It is almost Huntsville. I'm getting more and more excited as the days go by, and I've still got several things coming up between now and Huntsville, but most of those are just money depending too. So, one thing I definitely got coming up is I actually got invited to the ARRL State Convention to give a POTA presentation.
Nice.
To people who don't do POTA. Basically, I'm going to go do a POTA presentation to probably the people who get on there and try to knock me off the radio. So I'm really excited about that.
The neck controllers, yeah.
So, but,
you're that person that was always on there, and I'm trying to run my net.
But that's a cool thing, that they've never reached out for anything like that I know of. So, I'm kind of tickled about that, and that'll be not this weekend coming up, but the next weekend.
Well, I mean, if the ARRL is asking you to go give a presentation, you must be doing something right.
Well, it's a state convention. It's not the main convention, but the state convention.
Still.
So,
yeah,
we'll see how it works. You never know. We may convert somebody over to POTA. I feel like I will convert some people. The guy who has been messaging me, he said he's been thinking of dabbling in POTA, so I'm sure we're going to convert him over right off the bat. But hopefully, we'll convert some more people, maybe some more channel subscribers and stuff like that. So
it's always good to get more POTA people. That's for sure.
Yeah, it never hurts. Maybe I can find some late night people because it's still a little tricky getting those people on. I noticed. So the other night I did 2 late shifts, and of course the first one just absolutely slaughtered it. Just like contact after contact after contact. And then I get to the next one, and it's not that I had a hard time activating. I think I got maybe 50 or 60. But for it only to be like 9:30-ish by the time I hit that second one, the amount of people that had done give up for the evening as compared to the 8 o'clock one was just absolutely crazy. So
people need their beauty sleep, man. Can't be interrupting it with POTA.
Guys, we're ham radio operators. We're way past beauty sleep.
You're right. We need our ham bod sleep.
We're way past sleep. So anyway,
yeah, hopefully get some more. It always not baffles. That's not the right word. Surprises me, I guess is the best way to say it. When I look on the spot page a lot, there's a lot of activators out there that I've never worked. This is cool, man. This is cool.
When I look at the spots in the evening like that, though, they're all DX.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure, as a hunter, I'm not sure why you guys are going to bed and not hunting POTA.
We're getting up really early.
Because
yeah,
about 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, 40 meters is stacked full, I know. And I don't have a 40-meter station that's going to get them. But there's hunters that I know for a fact can absolutely. So when I go out and the bands are absolutely horrible, I scroll through, and if I can find one guy that's running 4,000 watts, even though he's not supposed to, and I can hear him, I'm like, oh, it's going to be a good activation because hunters are going to come through. Not all y'all, but hunters are going to come through for sure.
Yeah, late at night for 40. I mean, I've worked, VK land on 40 before, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. And that's local Eastern time, the King's time. And, but really, man, bread and butter, if you get up early between like 6 and 8:30 in the morning, you can slay 20 meters over across the pond to England and France, Spain, Germany.
Oh, that's for you. That's for you people who's allowed to use 20 meters.
That's just true. Yeah. I did get that. There's a rare station on, Mo says, at Kilo 8 Golf, Quebec. He was on in a park, and I did get him.
You know, he's been having a fit trying to get me. And and the other day he was actually just baffled. And I was kind of baffled too, the way the band was doing, because he was actually getting me. But one activation, he'd be a 5.9 on sideband, and I couldn't hear him at all on CW.
Yeah.
The next activation, couldn't hear him on sideband, he'd be a 5.9 on CW.
Which is so weird, man, because he's just over that hill.
It was really weird, and I was getting other West Virginia stations, but it was like the propagation gods were right over top of Terry's house. Like, okay, we'll let you do sideband this time, but not CW.
The propagation gods are right over his house going, I remember that dance you did.
It may have been some of his kids throwing some bad propagation his way, that maybe they liked being, in the top 5 on the board.
It was Kaylee. Kaylee was tripping the propagation.
She was tripping up the propagation. That's probably it.
Yep. We figured it out. We have figured it out. Matter of fact, there should be a propagation report on the NASA space weather page that has the Kaylee index.
Oh.
That's right.
It is
John
weird.
said he doesn't. John said he doesn't hear you too often anymore. Just hit or miss, and he's right there in the West by God as well. So,
yeah, it is weird. It is weird because, and okay, so John's in Danville area, Terry's in Charleston, Sherry's in Logan, and I can be up around Beckley. I'm technically closest to Terry when I'm in Beckley. Sherry gets through fine. Terry don't.
When you started last night about 7:30 p.m. Eastern, you were really, really light here. And then all throughout that activation, you got louder and louder and louder, and the signal got stronger and stronger and stronger. When late shift rolled over, you were about a 5.7. When you went to the next park, you were 20 over.
All right, so we got to hold on. Let me fix this here. I've been waiting this whole stream, and Dan hasn't even noticed it that I know of.
Yeah,
because he didn't say nothing backstream for somebody to ask. It's shenanigans, guys. It is.
Is that a dice?
It's my owl. That's from KD9 Who.
Who?
That's right, KD9 Who.
Who?
It was sitting here on my desk when I was in the back, when I was in the back room, and Dan was working on his volume. He said, like, I got to reset my internet. So when he popped off, I stuck it on my hat, expecting him to say, "The heck is on your hat?" But he never said nothing. So I was like, "Oh, we'll just leave this on for the stream and see who's noticed it." So congratulations, Mo, for your perception.
Oh, if anybody, speaking of my volume, if anybody doesn't know this, Chrome, maybe even Edge too, because it's based on Chromium, it likes to try to automatically adjust your microphone volume for you, even if you set it in Windows. And there's a certain flag that you can disable to have it stop doing that. It is very aggravating when it does. The Prince of Poda was loud last night. He
absolutely was. That he was probably the loudest signal that hit me last night. When he hit me, I was like, "Whoa!" I mean, he was loud. That would be little Joel throwing out his mama's call sign, and he was loud. So shout out to Joel for sure, because he had a strong that voice come piercing through.
Yeah, no kidding. It was loud here.
Yeah, it was. I think it was right after I worked you that I worked
Yeah.
you. Right,
Before.
right after, right after, or right before. I knew it
Yeah.
was one of the two. So, yeah, he had a good piercing signal. He's in training. He now knows that when he burps at the table, that people are supposed to laugh and then say, "Your Highness."
Nice. That is
Oh,
great. That's great. How many people in the chat are going to Huntsville? If you're going to Huntsville, like put a 1 or just say me or say shenanigans or just say something in the chat. I'm just curious who's all going here.
it's definitely coming up. You know,
I know the campground is pretty much booked. Last thing I heard.
Last thing I heard, the campground was almost 100% full. Which there's always a tent site that'll pop open here and now and then.
Yeah.
It's just the cabins that don't never pop up.
No, the trick of the cabins is when you check out, go ahead and reserve it for next year right then.
Yeah. Whiskey 1, Whiskey Charlie's got a big 1. Mo says hopefully he's going. Not a lot of people.
Yeah.
Terry says he's watching on TV. Are we on NBC now, Terry? Or are we on? Terry, you normally watch Lifetime channel. I didn't know we was on that channel.
We're probably he's probably in between the soap operas. They run our ad spot. Terry said he's thinking about going.
Terry said when you did the 9:30 activation the other night, I couldn't hear you at all. I wasn't in the bed. Okay, Terry.
That's right.
You keep saying that.
We're on ESPN. It is a contact sport after all. Doo-doo-doom, doo-doo-doom.
Oh, so it's funny because the other night in after chat, Terry realized that he was coming to Huntsville with me as we normally do, and it was funny because when he realized it, I was about to ask him what time we leaving in the morning. And this was last Wednesday, and before I could even say it, he said, "No, and James, we're probably leaving tomorrow for Huntsville." So he knows me quite well.
That's right. Hey, Tim,
good
from
evening
across
from the
the
UK,
pond, buddy.
Tim. Good to
Yeah,
see
man.
you, buddy.
Late night over there, buddy. Thanks for joining us so late. Golf 5 Tango Mike, good to see you.
Absolutely. But yeah, Huntsville's going to be a good experience because it always is. I love that Stephen and I have reservations and plan to take the new RV. Oh, you're taking your RV. Good. Nice deal.
I thought you liked the tent camp in there, Dad. Your son said you enjoyed the wind beneath your wings out there, just enjoying nature.
So if you've not, I don't know if you've even heard this story, Dan. But even if you have, I know there's a lot of people in the chat that hasn't. So when we were doing the Michigan meetup, you know, Stephen and his dad was coming up, you know, earlier because they were doing that 10 Park Rove with us the day before and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So the day before the 10 Park Rove, we were out activating the stuff, and Dad hadn't got me for the PZN challenge yet. And I messaged Steven at one point, like, where y'all at? Because I figured, because he was having a hard time hearing us on the bands because they wouldn't. I figured they would be a lot closer than they were. So I was going to just jump on 2 meters and work him at the next park. But no, they were at an RV dealer. They're riding to Michigan. And Dad looks at Steve and said, didn't you say there was an RV dealer up through here? He's like, yeah. He's like, well, stop there. And they stopped on the way to Michigan and buy an RV.
Oh, Mama's going to be.
Which they had to take possession of that day. And then they left it because they didn't do checkouts or whatever on Sundays.
Yeah.
But they took possession of it that day and then left it there to where they could come back on Sunday and pick it up.
Oh, that's great.
So.
Hey, Sandy. Welcome.
So yeah, I look forward to seeing your new RV. I've seen pictures of it. It looks really good.
I wonder if it's going to be as cool as that one we saw at Lake Apopka in Florida.
No, his is an RV. His is not a camper van.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I don't know that you can ever beat the cool factor of that thing. That thing was amazing.
The funniest part about that whole thing was when you were walking over there towards it and you were talking to the owner. Sherry said, I bet you $10 within 30 seconds he's going to be inside that thing. I said, no bet, but let's see what happens. Sure enough, 30 seconds later, you were walking up the stairs. It was great.
Hey, listen, that thing was awesome. You know, I really, really, really would love to get a camper van.
The big 5-0, man. Congratulations.
That's a long time for sure.
You know what else is a long time for him and his wife to be putting up with Steven for that, for as long as Steven's been alive. That's a long time.
Well, I mean, the thing is, you know, a lot of people don't know that they sent the good son out as a baby.
Yeah.
Because they were scared that he was going to be too great to be in the area of Illinois. They're like, this son is just going to be, he's just going to be absolute greatness. We'll have another mediocre son later and we'll put up with him. So that's why they had Stephen.
That's right.
But, you know, they sent the true good son away to West Virginia, where he later became the Dakota King. And, you know, Stephen gets a little jealous sometimes because I'm Dad's favorite, of course. But
that's right. That's right. And you're also related to everybody.
I am related to several people in the chat. And I see my cousin there. I'd never turn my back on her.
That's right.
She wouldn't on me either.
Just a heads up. She's here.
Oh
my goodness. See, Chris said he'll go if he gets a new job by then. Hopefully your job search will be fruitful. He'll hear soon then. Which is weird because, all right, if you get a new job by then, I wonder if they'll give you, time off. I'm sure you don't want to drive up there on a Saturday morning and then leave on a Sunday evening.
Chris, if the job requirement is a wife thing, me and Dan could pay you like $10 a day while we're in Huntsville to walk Terry around the park with dog leashes.
I think it's worth at least 20 a day, to be honest.
Okay, so I'll pay 10 and Dan will pay 10.
Yeah.
You just got to take him from our cabin around the whole campground and back every day.
And I'll go a step further and say, if you video it and the content is good, nice and stabilized and, kind of cinematic looking, I'll throw in another 20.
Yeah. No, if Dan's throwing in another 20, the other thing is you must stop by and wherever Mike K at MRD is and make sure that Mike pets him.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
He said not a start date will be after August.
Okay. Yeah.
With his half lowercase, half uppercase. Oh.
Yeah, hopefully the job search will render something fruitful here for you. I know it's been it's been a hot minute. Yeah.
So back to that camper van, that Lake Apopka.
Oh yeah.
I
think it was
really, really, really would love to have one of those, but they're just so pricey, man. They're outrageous. So I've lately been more looking at getting like a Tundra and a Teardrop.
Well, we did this before when you needed your little ice shanty shack. We raised the money in the stream. So let's see. By the end of this stream, let's see if we can get about $130,000 in super chats. So James can get the camper RV of his dreams.
Oh, my goodness. You ain't even right. Uh, yeah.
Oh my God.
If I can get $130,000, everybody in the chat's going to quit their jobs tomorrow and start being a YouTuber.
Well, yeah, that was pretty decked out. If I remember, it was like an OD green color, probably wrapped.
Yes, it was wrapped. It was wrapped.
Looked so beautiful.
It was just absolutely awesome, and really nice owner too.
Yeah.
Well, first off, it was an older female lady, and the fact that I wormed my way into her camper with just her was just, that
within 30 seconds.
Now, mind you, we're in Murder Park. It's also named this Mosquito Park, but where we activate in Lake Babka is where they dump the bodies. A local come and told us that, said, you all should activate over there.
We're one step closer there to $130,000. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you very much, Brian. I appreciate you. Just 129,980 to go.
That's right.
Oh, you guys are funny. Oh
man, yeah, but Huntsville. Oh, wait, it starts rolling in now. I'm telling you.
Thank you very much, Chris.
Watch out.
Mm-hmm. Chris is like, hey, I got a job at Huntsville. I can afford to super chat now.
Yeah.
Oh, what are we gonna? We need to do something. We need to do some kind of game or something.
I don't know about a game, but I do want to do a dual op CW activation. Yeah, like me and you do a dual op CW, just to make sure the hunters can still listen. When I say still listen, make sure they can listen.
Some of them can and some of them can't.
I think it'll be fun.
Some of them can and some of them can't, because I'll tell you, last night, was it last night? I think it was last night or maybe the night before. I went on a couple of good rolls. Like, we all know that I'm this weird CW operator that wants to do. I think CW should be just like sideband. If I can run 15 calls in sideband, I think I should be able to run 15 calls in CW, which ain't possible. But it was great because I worked Alpha Delta 2, Mike. I went straight into Liz and her family, which, of course, I didn't hear her family calling, but I knew they were there because they had hunted me on. So there was 5-6 calls, and then I hit dit, and then I worked 3 more calls straight, hit dit, and worked 2, and I was like, man, this is working out great tonight. So,
when you run them in CW, do you do it like, okay, so in sideband, me and you I don't have to hear the whole call. Like, if I hear the Bravo of Mo call, and I know it's him. If I hear the Kilo or the Quebec or any part of Terry, I know it's him. Toby, I can hear just one letter, her say it, I know it's her. Do you hear the whole calls, or you just hear like EE, and you assume that's going to be Kent? You know what I mean?
If I hear somebody who hunts me a lot in CW that I already know their fist,
yeah,
I can just hear partial. If you don't work me in CW, a lot of times I'll have to hear the whole call.
Yeah.
Or because sometimes when I'll run 2 or 3, I'll go, like Kilo 8 Golf Quebec, Kilo 9 Alpha Echo, and then I'll go Kilo Oscar 4 question, But the other night, and I don't know if you was just trying to mess with me or what, but you just sent whiskey is all you sent, and I came back to you.
Yep.
I actually worked somebody else, I think, and then came back to you right after them.
Yep.
And I really wish that I had the camera on your face when I came back to you, because you were probably like, oh, he'll never get this, because Dan will hunt me and sideband, and he'll just go wit.
I knew you heard me. I knew you heard me because you worked somebody else before me and you were laughing. So I knew you heard me. I was like, okay, I got him.
But yeah, all he sent was W, and I knew it was Dan right away when I heard the W.
We do a lot of shenanigans.
So it really,
Shenanigans.
that's what I really enjoy about CW is learning people's fists to where I can get them no matter what they're sending. It's really cool.
Yeah, Brian did that to me when me and Jumbo Marshmallow were that activating. He goes, "What?" I said, "Okay, Brian, I got you."
Yeah, so I have fun. I have fun with CW because I'm a tone person, and it's fun to transfer tones into fists. Plus, Dan typically sends in the same tone too, so it helps.
It
You know,
really
it's
throws
crazy.
me. It throws me for a loop when I'm activating CW and a hunter that I've worked a lot before who always
Comes
say
through in a different tone.
yes. If they come through at
Yeah.
a different tone, I won't know who the hell it is.
Yeah,
It's like
Well-
that's so weird. I mean, I've recognized the dits and the dahs, and I'm typing it in, and I got their call sign. I understood it, but I second guessed myself. I go, did I really hear that?
mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'll tell you, somebody that seems to change theirs a lot is Joe, November 3 X-ray Lima Sierra. Because there's times I've heard him in my pile like 3 times straight, and even though I'm working out the call in my head, I'm not saying that's Joe yet, and I just keep going.
He shifts around, but he did something the other day when I made a contact off of a fence out there in the park. He was really light, and I heard November 3, and I question marked it, and I still didn't get the rest of it. And I heard November 3, and the third time he came back to me, he changed his tone, and then I heard it perfect.
Yeah,
I was like, that's a good hunter, you know.
Mike says, "Do you like higher or lower?" I like higher.
Me too. Yeah.
I like the tone to be higher. Not, I don't even know, because different radios do it different way. I don't know if that's lower on the band or higher on the band, but I like the tone to come through higher. And if you're coming through lower, I mean, I'll be like, if you're really low, I'm going to ignore you right off the bat because it's actually painful for me to focus my ears on that.
It all depends on how the activator has their rig set up. If it's CW up or CW lower.
If it's slow, I will normally, if they're lower, I think I turn mine down to where I can start hearing them better.
Yeah. But yeah, it's really nice as an activator. If the activator question marks you like, 2 or 3 times, change your tone a little bit. I mean, even if you're not zero beating already, change your tone a little bit.
Change your tone, or if you notice you were sending at 25 words a minute and he's sending at 22, slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm fairly decent at CW, but there are people that I'll literally go whiskey ? Whiskey Delta ? Whiskey Delta 4 ? Because I'll have to hear each one because you're sending either you're really light or you're sending a weird tone to me.
Yeah. Like I like the higher pitch like you do, but there's a certain high pitch. I don't know exactly where it is. It's above 110 up, but it's below like 130, somewhere in there. I'm not exactly sure where it is. It makes my ear ring. And if you hit that certain pitch, I'm not going to get you. But overall, I like a higher pitch. But.
Yeah, because that's the thing with CW. If you're not getting in my ear zone that I like, if I've got a pile up, I'm not going to work you because I've got too many people that I can hear without struggling. And I'm all about efficiency, whether it's sideband or whether it's CW. I'm all about efficiency. So if I've got 15 people calling me and you're calling me and you sound like a daggone choo-choo train, doo, 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 I'm not going to work you. If you're, if I've got 15 people and you're coming in 8 words a minute, I'm not even gonna. I'm not gonna focus on that. I've told people I don't mind to work people that comes through slower, but after I haven't worked you 2 or 3 times, put your call in your radio and turn it up to about 18 words a minute. And then I'm like, oh, well, that's that station. And then I'll send back with good Farnsworth for you so you can understand. But
yeah, Chris hit it on the head here. The low tone, man, it's hard for me to hear, but it's one of those things. If I put my hand on the radio or on the speaker that I'm using, I'll be able to feel it. You can still get it. It's weird, but it's hard for me to hear. Now, sometimes if everybody's sending, high and you got that one guy that's loud but sending low, I mean, I'll pull him out with no problem.
So.
It all depends. Just don't zero beat because that's just a nightmare. Oh, gosh.
If there's not a ton of other people, I could care less if you zero beat. But if there's more than 2 doing it, yeah. It's just annoying.
And I mean, to be honest, you have some of the worst zero beat pileups that I've ever heard.
Mm-hmm. I think that I have now, guys. I'm not picking on nobody, okay? But I think I have some of the worst CW hunters as compared. I've listened in other people's activations, and I don't know if it's where, oh, that's James. We got to get him as many times as we can. I can't send CW, but I can guess at it, or what. But like I'll listen to other people's CW activations, and you don't hear the crap you hear in my pileups. But when it comes to mine, you'll get people that they barely know their own call sign. And there's nothing wrong with that, guys. I want to work you too. But if you're welcome.
God, Terry.
If you barely know your own call sign, do me one favor. Don't answer when I put a question mark because I'm probably not talking to you. When I send Kilo 8 question mark and I get Whiskey 1 Whiskey Charlie back, and I'm going to pick on Brian. Brian's never done that to me, but I get Whiskey 1 Whiskey Charlie. One of 2 things just happened. Either A, Brian can't hear me and he's sending blind, which he shouldn't do, or B, Brian don't know his call sign and he heard question mark and he's sending his call sign again, trying to get through the pile up. Because I'm more likely to get you. CW is not like sideband. Sideband, if there's somebody out there and I can hear them, I'll stay and get them. CW is not like that because once my head starts hurting because you're annoying me, I'll go QRT.
Yeah.
So like you want to be less liddy in CW. They always said there's not lids in CW. Well, that's just
you know what? Speaking of CW and activations, you know what thing? I'm not going to say most. How can I say this? It happens more so on CW spots than it does on sideband spots, and that's CW activators tend, not all of them, some tend not to QRT their spot. They just let it expire. I've noticed that happens more on CW than sideband, and I'm assuming because they relied on the ribbon to pick them up. Maybe it was a scheduled activation. They didn't have cell phone coverage.
Okay, well, there could be several reasons for this. One, they don't have signal, and that's why they're doing CW to start with, and there's no ribbon will pick you up, but ribbon will not QRT you.
Right.
Or 2, you got somebody not paying attention to the spots, and they did QRT. Because this happens to me all the time, and this is why I absolutely love my Discord because my Discord knows how much it annoys me, and they'll go back and QRT me and normally say something smart in the comments like, "He's been QRT for 10 minutes. Don't spot again."
Dummy. He's QRT, dummy.
I mean, because people will. This is no lie. Not even in CW, in sideband. I've literally been driving down the road 20 minutes after I've been QRT on my way to another park, and my ham alerts go off, and I look, and it's me respotted at the park that I was just in 20 minutes ago.
I normally wait till, at least 29 minutes to do that.
Yeah. You just and this is what gets people too, and this is why you get them weird vids out there like, ain't no way you could have went from that park to that park. You went QRT 2 minutes ago and you were in another park and it's 20 minutes away. No, I went QRT 40 minutes ago, and people kept respotting me.
Yeah.
This frequency's not in use, dummy. Tell them, Robert.
I wonder if I can just send QRL dummy ?
That's what y'all need to. That's what
QRD.
That's what y'all need to do when you start QRT. But QRT, this frequency is not in use, dummy. Before you know it, we'll have another shirt out there.
I now revert this frequency back to normal operations, dummy.
Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, okay. So you mentioned CW is you have to use it or lose it, and that last activation I did only got a handful of content because I was using a fence as an antenna, so give me a break. And I find myself kind of staring at the speaker for a minute because I haven't activated in a while on CW, and it then it came back to me. I mean, it's kind of like riding a bicycle, but it took a minute. It
will come back to you, but it's a struggle.
Yeah.
CW to this day is still. I mean, I do CW every single day. I mean, I can't tell you. Well, I didn't do it every day when I was in Michigan. But other than that, I can't tell you when the last time I haven't done CW. And still, there's times, and it's normally the dumbest thing. It's normally, I'll tell you what, P will throw me a lot of times. Which
letters in my own call sign.
Which is in my call sign. Sometimes somebody will send a P, and I'll lose my mind. Like I'll forget everything I know and just start staring. And I'll send the P back and go question mark. Like what is this?
I'm telling you, man, sometimes a W throws me for a loop. And I send it every damn day, at least. It's like...
I've had W sent to me before, and I'm like, Golf 4? ain't no Golf 4 working me right now.
Right.
You have them dumb moments. And like when we were on the island, when the waves were coming in, it was blending in with the CW, and it was making it rough for me to work people so bad. So,
oh man,
it's all good experience.
Yeah.
I want the bands to get better because. Don't tell PP, but I'd love to do some QRP right now. There's, I've got a couple of things that I really want to do in film that I really want to do some QRP stuff. And that's the thing. Can I go out and activate QRP? Yeah. But it's just so painful. And I'm not like PP Man. PP Man likes that pain. He'll tell you he does.
I think when it comes to wintertime, not only because it's better propagation in the evening for the stuff I want to do, but it's cooler and I don't have to roast. Because even here, if I go out at 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, it's still in the 80s and the humidity is so daggum high, it still feels miserable out. But in the wintertime, I want to try a QRP 10 band from a park. And yeah, I'm going to do QRP 160 meters, 80, 40, all the way down. I'm going to try to 10 band on QRP.
So you're going to do an early late? Well, you're going to be there way early and stay into the late shift.
Yeah. I'm going to try to do that in not one UTC day, but one visit to the park.
Right. So, well, I mean, because now I have worked 80 at about 3:30 in the afternoon. You can do it. But no, I don't know about 160. 160, I normally work pretty late.
Yeah, that's going to be 10:30, 11 o'clock, something like that.
Now, when you say you want to do it, are you saying you want to make a contact on each band?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So you want to make a 6 meter contact?
Do I have to do 6 if I do 160? I don't think so, if I count.
You said every band.
No, I said 10 bands. Yeah.
Oh, you said 10 bands. Okay.
Yeah,
No,
10.
no, you do not.
Yeah.
No, you do not. You don't have to do. That's the good thing with the N1CC. You can skip 6 or 160 and still get it just fine.
I like 160. I've activated, a bit on 160. It's the only thing I don't like about it is it's time consuming to set up.
Well, I'm extremely compromised when I do 160 because when I do 160, I just use my straight stock Eagle One.
Yeah, that's correct.
I don't run no extra. Now, do I do it a lot? No, but I've got, I don't know, a couple hundred contacts on it.
Yeah.
On 160. So,
I mean,
I'm pretty sure that's my only 160 contacts is on the Eagle One.
I mean, I use the Eagle One, but I hooked 90 something feet of wire up to it and turned it into a resonant, antenna at that point and run it as an inverted L. Yeah.
Life hack right there. You're gonna actually like a video that I got coming out in a couple of weeks because I need a few more things for it, Brian. But it's going to cause a stir. We'll just say it's going to be one of those. You ever see those Facebook memes where somebody is sitting there on a little white table and they got a piece of cardboard out and says blah blah blah, change my mind.
Yeah.
It's going to be one of those moments. Matter of fact, that might be my thumbnail. I might actually set up a table and put a sign out there and me standing there, and that might actually be my thumbnail. So,
yeah, we've activated. Well, I have activated 160 once, but you could if you, I'm thinking the Chelegans MC750. If you clip onto the top of that thing with about 90 foot of wire and get it tuned probably tune it for 40 meters with the coil and the antenna height, you probably get it about resonant. You'd have to play with it. But yeah, it's just time consuming to set up. I mean, if you don't want to run like super compromised or anything.
Now say that again with the Chelegans.
If you clip wire onto the top of it about 90 feet.
About 90 feet of wire.
Oh yeah, you're going to need about 90 feet because that's how you turn. I want to say I add about 96 or so feet to the top of the Eagle One to make it resonant on 160. I got the wire in the back of the truck, but it's just
now you have officially challenged me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do my darndest to make a 160 meter contact on the Chelegans with no wire.
Wow. Yeah, you're going to put that tuner to use.
And the reason I'm going to do that is to show you that when you hear other people out there saying they're using a compromised antenna, they're losing a blah 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 blah.
Tuner go burr, burr.
I'm not saying it can be done because the Chevy, I guess there's no Eagle One. It's great. It's a great antenna. But now
Even
the Eagle
the
One,
Eagle One though on 160, it's 31 foot of wire. That's compromised.
it is. But that's where all my 160 contacts have came.
Yeah, I mean that's on the stage and not even being able to manually tune that thing. You know, you'd be lucky to get it down to 3-to-1. You know, I mean, I know an auto tuner is not going to do it unless you're running something stupid like a Zygu. But a manual tuner, what'd you get it down to when you did it? I'm going to venture to say no better than 2.5. I mean, a 31-foot wire on 160, that's crazy. Yeah, that's one of the best tuners ever. But what was your best SWR that you got it to on 160?
The secret weapon. The Eagle One for 160? Under 3?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not 1.1. No,
No, not by any means. I
won't transmit if I'm over 3.
Brian, I bet the KX2 and KX3 will tune it. Because I haven't met anything yet that my KX2 wouldn't tune. If y'all been watching my videos, my KX2 will tune about anything. Yeah,
but then you're doing QRP.
Yeah, that's true.
And you're doing QRP compromised.
Yeah.
So here's where
you're double compromised already.
And Dan's did plenty of compromised contacts, but here's the thing: I don't do compromised QRP. Now I would if I was doing videos like Dan was doing, and if I do the one like I told Dan I want to do, I will do that with a QRP because it would have to be a small radio.
Yeah.
But I'm going to use QRO because when I'm doing 160 on the Eagle One, I'm probably only putting out 40 watts.
That's what I was saying. You're putting 80 something, 87, 83 into it, and you might be getting 35 or 40 out of it. Yeah.
Yeah. But now in return, just like certain people said that if you were using a tuner on the Eagle One, you wasn't getting nothing out on 20. And I ran the test on that. Yeah. And when I was pushing out 83 watts, I think I was pushing out 76 or 77 watts.
I don't know who would say that because I've used the Eagle One on 20 through a tuner and I got thousands of contacts to say you're wrong.
People who say that as people who's never even used the Eagle One, typically.
Yeah.
But hey, Gary,
what's going on, buddy?
You came in at the end of the time, and we actually talked a lot of radio on Shenanigans again. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, go figure.
Trying to build an infed halfway, but screwed it up. That's the fun part sometimes.
If you're into building wire antenna, Gary's, try an offset, an off-center fed dipole. Those are great.
Alrighty, we are coming up on the top of the hour, and either Frank or Charlie's getting ready to stream, I'm sure. But Dan, what you got coming up?
Not a lot. Hopefully everybody enjoyed your Sunday, and thanks for coming along with us for the ride here in episode 130 of Shenanigans. And we'll see you all on Wednesday for Hump Day Happy Hour.
That's right. And as for me, after this stream, anybody want to guess what I'm doing? Anybody?
Chief Logan.
I'm going to go do an early late shift. Imagine that. Because hopefully the bands are a whole lot better than they were when I did it earlier. But yeah, I'll be doing that, and I'll be dropping videos. I got a lot of cool videos coming out. No, I'm not going to Panther. I'm not going to Panther, or I'm not doing a Panther. Either one, whichever one you're meaning. So yeah, make sure to like the video and subscribe. Yeah, Brian's hitting it on the head with that stuff because that's some important stuff to do. So, but yeah, I'm going to do an early late shift, and we're gonna get it done. So, you guys have a good evening, and thanks for hanging out with us and all the super chats tonight. 73, everybody.
See you guys.